What is going on, crypto investors? My name is Nicholas Merton. It's July 15th of 2017. And guys, Bitcoin is pulling back. We are seeing a real steady decline in the price right now. We just broke down against the big even, the impossible 2000, and now we are seeing a pull down against the 100-day. So, guys, what does this mean? Well, let's first off go take a quick look at the hourly before we jump into the analysis of the daily and look towards buying levels. As you can see, the selling has just really picked up. It's broken down against the support level from yesterday. It is just, it's wreaking havoc, guys. We are already down $17 from the big even of 2000. And the volume, if we take a good look here, is still pouring in. We're getting good, solid volume, really showing some stifling fear in the market as we break to new lows. So, as we go back here to the daily, what are some buy levels we can look at? Well, guys, a lot of people can look at this in a sense of, a non-greedy standpoint and say, look, it's 1900 now, or 1980, okay? This was at 3,000 just really a few weeks ago. We have gotten a really good discount so far. However, as I've always said, you want to think about this in a long-term perspective, and you want to apply a Warren Buffett philosophy to this, and really apply the mindset of patience, because markets, no matter what market you're talking about, where there is buyers and sellers, markets are a tool to extract money from the impatient to profit for the patient, okay? It's not exactly how the quote goes, but basically you get the mindset. Now, of course, I'm not giving you guys financial advice. You guys do what you want on your own. I'm just telling you how I'm thinking about it and how I'm approaching it. The two areas that really interest me for Bitcoin is there's a bad case scenario for the price of Bitcoin and an even worse case scenario. But in my situation, it's good in the sense of wanting to buy. And those two scenarios are Bitcoin pulling back to the $1,800 level. As you can see, there was support here after the pullback down to the 1,800 level, really almost exactly at the even of 1,800. I'm going to emphasize, you notice how there's a $10 difference from 1,800. I'm going to go towards explaining that in just a moment. And then also you can see over here we have a support around the general 1,800 area. And then the second level that I'm really interested in is somewhere above the $1,500 level, and that's where the 200-day moving average is. And the reason why I'm interested in that is because I think that would be a very good pullback point. And if you think about it on a percentage basis, somewhere in the $1,500 level against the high of 3,000 is pretty much a 50% pullback. Now, it's not exactly 50%. You're never going to get an exactly, even 50%, So you have to generally kind of think about it in a conceptual base. Markets usually tend, especially Bitcoin, usually tends to pull back 50% after it's reached such a good rally. And honestly, that's fundamentally a good thing. If it can go back to that level, that is a solid indicator that, look, this thing is not just going to be ridiculous and go to 10,000. This isn't all just hype. There's going to be some seriousness added to this market. And I think it's going to be a very fundamental thing and good thing for Bitcoin to go through. Now, going back to what I was talking about earlier, there is a very important lesson to be had in getting into Bitcoin. A lot of you are trying to think about, what price level should I set it at? And I would say that you guys can go about making that decision for yourself. I've already listed to you guys what I personally am going to be investing, or how I'm going to start incrementing my investments into Bitcoin. However, the one thing you want to keep in mind is, let's say, for example, your buy level is at 1,800, okay? So that's your first entry level. You're going to buy your first Bitcoin there, maybe half of a Bitcoin, whatever it may be. You do not, in my opinion, in a sense of technical analysis and just knowing the psychology of how people trade, you do not want to buy directly at 1,800. You want to pay a little bit more, like around 1,810, like we saw over here. Maybe even a little bit higher. Now, why is that? Because the reason is that you have to approach this in a psychological standpoint. For some reason in markets, and you might find it in yourself too, and you're probably not the only one in this case scenario, people like big even numbers. They do. It's a weird thing about markets. We can take a look here at the order book. And it's usually done either by in kind of increments. So, for example, we can see in these kind of like dividing categories of $10 on the buy wall, you can see 1980, 1970, 1960, and there's a few hundred Bitcoin that want to be sold, and those are even numbers. However, look at when it gets to 1950. 535 coins right there that need to be sold before you can sell your coins at 1950. You are being put behind those. You are not priority in those coins. However, if you sell at 1951, it puts you ahead of all of those coins. Think about that. Now, then again, I'm kind of generalizing it because it's categorizing them by tens. Basically speaking, you want to be a little less greedy than the people ahead of you, okay? You want to be a little more eager to get in and secure your investment and think in the long term rather than going out and just trying to I want to get it at my perfect price. I want to pay the exact price for it. Because everyone else is thinking like that. And a lot of them are not going to get it at the ticket price they want. And then you're going to see Bitcoin going off into the sky and you're going to miss your opportunity to where you could have just been a little less greedy and gotten in for the long term. So, and I can show you more examples as we go down the list. Another big example down here at 1900. Let me actually move my webcam a little bit so I can show this. I'm going to make this. Yeah, so this might be a little too much. Yeah. So I guess we'll have to stick on this analysis. But you can see 1800. Oh, perfect example. 1850 and 1800. Huge multi-$1,000 sets of orders for Bitcoin to buy. And that is where you really want to set your levels above those. And like I said, 1800, that is going to be the next support level. We see it over here. And you can see it clearly in the order book. Now, things could always change. It could go below that. If we can really sell enough Bitcoin to push all those buy orders down and then go down to the lower prices, it could happen. But honestly, guys, it looks like there's going to be some pretty valid support and really fighting back again for the bulls at 1800. And maybe even a little bit before that. So you might want to consider adding at 1870 or start, adding above that. You want to be a little less greedy than the market, guys. I promise you, it will pay you off in the long term, and you will not miss opportunities that you obviously know are good to get in. So, anyways, I'm not advising what price level you should give in Bitcoin. I'm no financial advisor. You guys do your own research and set your own price levels. However, I've already told you I'm going to start looking around the $1,800 level to buy some Bitcoin. And then if we get down to the 200-day towards 15 or 1600, I'm going to get really confident in buying some Bitcoin for the long term. So, anyways, guys, that is it for the video today. I'll probably upload some more later on if there's anything interesting coming up. But, guys, we are really experiencing a pullback in this. If we go to CoinMarketCap, the market cap for cryptocurrencies is just feeling some pain, guys. We are almost attesting towards new lows. Altcoins are finally getting the pullback that they need and retesting their lows. So anyways, guys, if there's anything big, I'll give you guys an update. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.